Hello, YouTubers. This is just a before and after. It's not really a full-blown tutorial. It's just kind of showing the before and after of my work of this comb over. It's such a popular hairstyle. But on this video, I am going to exercise the art of scissor cutting. This is going to be more about scissor cutting than anything else. I'm actually going to be showing a few steps of the fade as we keep on going here. So that's a full head of hair, obviously. As you can see, it's long and completely not touched. There we go. That with this haircut, I'm going to tell you the steps real quick. You're going to start off with a zero. A zero is a closed clipper. You notice an adjustable clipper can open and then it can close. Well, the closed clipper all the way tight is considered a zero. If you open it all the way up with no guard, it's called a half. So you're going to go zero, and then you're going to go about 1.5 inches up, which is a step, like a ladder. Step up the ladder with a half. Then after that, you're going to go 1/8 or 1.5. And then after you do that, you're going to make another step with a number 2. And the key is to go back in and fade each of those lines out. For instance, you can't fade a number 2 line out with a 2. You fade a number 2 line out with a 1.5. Okay? You fade a 1.5 line out with a 1. Okay? With a 1. Then you fade a half out with a 0. So it's step by step. Step by step. See? Step by step. Now what I'm going to be doing is moving on in the video, and I'm going to be showing you some more things here. At the end of the haircut, I demonstrated cutting with the razor trimmer, or it's like basically it's a shaver. It's kind of like what you could do with a razor. With a straight razor, sometimes you can run into a couple problems if you're not extremely really used to cutting with the razor. But I'm showing you something that's just as good as a razor, and it's safer and it's easier, and it's able to keep it's easier to do it without lines. See, with the razor, sometimes you make definitive lines and it's harder to take those lines out. I can do those things, but I'm trying to make it easier for you guys to learn how to do it. Okay, moving on. I'm going to be showing how to fade in with the razor, or we call it the shaver by Wall. Here we go. At this point, I was done with the haircut. Almost done. I hadn't cut the top yet, but I'm fading it all the way out to the skin. So you see it gets just as close as that razor. You see that? Going ham with that thing. You stay at the bottom. I like it. It doesn't generate any line, but you just have to stay low. Okay? Now stay tuned, because I'm going to have to cut the top with the scissors. So that's pretty much how the razor fading goes. Okay? Now I'm going to be executing what it's like to cut hair with the scissors. See, when you have long hair like this, you cannot just go in with a clip. People, my people, everyone across the world, barbers, barberettes, you have to know and learn how to cut hair with just scissors and a comb, or with just scissors. It's just absolutely mandatory to do a comb over that has enough hair to be combed over to the side. If you're just going to use like let's say a 8 clip or a 10 or a 12 or a 13 or 14, you can't, there's no way you can execute it the way a lot of people are wearing their hair. The popular way is to have it going from very short to a long combable style. So here we go. This is me cutting. I'm cutting about 1 inch off so he can have all the length he needs to be able to comb his hair over. And I think at that point I had already did the line. I'm gonna do a whole nother video about cutting the comb over line. You get the hair between your fingers and you measure off about how much you're gonna cut. Chop, chop. And then you pull that same hair and then you measure. What I did was I made my line down the middle going the opposite direction. And so when I pull hair up now from the left or the right, I already have my guide of how short the hair is supposed to be from the middle. I'm going to say that again. I made a guide down the middle of his head of how short I wanted his hair to be all over. Then as I grab to the left, I can see exactly where my middle guide was. That middle, look, how I cut the hair down the middle. So now when I grab to the left or grab to the right, I can see exactly what I'm supposed to be cutting. But if you don't make that guide down the middle, you're just going to be grabbing hair and cutting and it's going to be uneven. See, now I'm operating on the right side of his head. I had already made my guide in the middle of his head once again, so I'm able to reference when I'm pulling the hair between my fingers, I'm able to see exactly how much I'm supposed to cut on this comb over.
Easy cuts. Once again.
The scissor cut. Perfected. So at the end, this is what you have. Bow bow. Put some gel in his hair. Skin tight. People don't like to look like they're in the military, folks. So a medium fade is usually the way to go. If people don't specifically ask you for a high and tight or a really high fade, do not cut their fades high. As you can see the line, you can see the sideline. You can see I left it natural in the front, except for where the line is. The line, the famous comb over line. Okay, here's a couple more angles. You see that fade is tight. Little man's got his eyes closed. He knows he's fresh. There's another angle right there. This is the comb over, ladies and gentlemen. This is the comb over before and after. You can bring that line back as far as you want to go. You can go a little further than that, but that's usually where it should be. Here's another angle. Okay, once again, my name is Mark McCoy. Flawless Hair Productions in the building. I'm going to be doing a lot of videos, a lot of tutorials. I just started this channel. I have so much work loaded that, oh my goodness. So stay tuned for the next video. Okay, everybody? Thank you.